Welcome to another episode of Wheel of Horror, the podcast where two best friends spin a wheel every day leading up to Halloween. It chooses the horror movie, and they discuss it. Today we're talking about 1983's Psycho 2, which was directed by Richard Franklin. I'm your co-host, Alec.
I'm Erik.
Oh boy, I had never seen this one, and you know what? I am glad I did. This was fun.
It was wild.
Yeah, very different than I expected.
And it honestly wasn't terrible.
No. I mean, nowadays, everything has a sequel. You know, movies don't wait typically 22 years to be like, let's make a sequel. But this is one of the first, that did take that large gap or whatever. And, dude, paid off. This is a good sequel.
Yeah. Does it have bad, reception?
I mean, it's not, amazing. I think it's got, a 6.7 or something. Let's see. See, it was funny because I texted Justin. I was like, yeah, we're doing Psycho 2. And he's like, that movie is a 0% Rotten Tomatoes. And I was like, no, it doesn't. I looked it up. I was like, what are you talking about? And he sends me a screenshot. I'm like, that's American Psycho 2 with William Shatner and shit.
You know what it reminds me of a lot of? And I know I brought this up on the last podcast, Jaws. Jaws was a great movie. It's like Psycho. And Jaws 2 was but it was good.
I like Jaws 2.
I know. And I like this one. That's what I'm saying. That's what I compare it to.
Oh, okay.
Jaws 2 is clearly not as good as
No.
Jaws, and so is Psycho 2 not as good as Psycho. But it's it's good.
You know what? I'm going to push back on that a little bit because I think Jaws 2 is basically just we're just doing the same movie again. It's a little bit different. It's attacking the teens on the boat. Dude, this movie is completely different than Psycho 1.
True. I'll give you that. And it's also in color, which was that was probably my would it be better if it was black and white? And I'm like, no. I think the color was a good choice.
Yeah, I think because what they were trying to do, I think, is just be hey, listen, we kind of created the slasher genre, and now it's run amok in the early 80s, and it's we got to get back in there. And if they released it black and white, I don't think people would have been as receptive to it.
Yeah, I agree with that.
But yeah, man, as far as sequels go, though, I think this is wow, very original, took it in a totally different direction, really grew on the character that we knew. We really only know Norman Bates and Lila Crane or Loomis, that woman. Those are the only two we know, and they're both back. But Anthony Perkins did a great job, really good.
Yeah, if you were to tell me in the writers' room, so we're gonna have Norman Bates flipping burgers in a diner, that's the direction we're doing. It worked, dude. It worked so good because it's 22 years after he's out of a mental institution. I don't think you'd be getting out for killing that many people, though, ever. Unless I'm wrong, but
well, it's the 60s. He claimed insanity. I mean, I don't know.
Jeez, yeah. How many people did Norman kill? 8
in the movie or in general?
And before he got put in the institution, was it 8?
I honestly don't remember, but I mean, they did that Bates Motel show, which is a prequel show, so maybe they kill more than that. I don't know. I honestly don't know.
Yeah.
I think it was the fact that he killed his mother and dressed up like her. I think people are all right, this guy's crazy.
Yeah, and the voices that he did.
Yeah, he's definitely not all there. But this movie really starts off where you're hey, you know what? This guy has been away for 22 years. Seems like he's actually got it together. In the beginning of the movie, you're hey, you know what? I like this guy.
We're rooting for him.
Yeah,
Norman, go work at the diner and go be a nice guy. And
yeah, and the thing is, I was kind of sitting there. I was damn, Norman's kind of got it all made now. He gets out of jail. People are kind of being nice to him. Some people, he's got a job. A girl in town immediately takes to him. I was wow. But, obviously we found out she isn't.
No, Norman's got a job.
He's got a job. He's got a girl.
Look at you, Norman.
Well, I'm expecting him to be the town pariah where everyone's oh, God, get him out of here. And the motel is burning down. Or I don't know. But yeah, he's got a house, he's got a job, he's got a new young girl that likes him. I don't know. I mean, it's all too good to be true, but still.
Yeah.
I don't know. I was happy for him. And then he gets back to his motel. It's 20 years later. He's got this, cliche scumbag running his motel now, which I thought that was pretty fun.
Yeah, that is, the print and repeat, douchebag. It's slimy trailer trash guy. That guy's in everything.
Yeah, just drunk, with a cigar in his mouth. He's they rent by the hour at this motel. He was just a real scumbag.
Yeah.
So Norman's pissed off about that. He comes back. He sees that his motel has become a sex motel, basically. He doesn't like that. But yeah, I want to know, so he's got like his Dr. Loomis basically, who's like following him around. He's like, Norman, like you gotta acclimate back to life. Like your mother really is dead. So is like, does that guy not have any more patience?
No, he's a social worker, right?
I thought he was his therapist from the institution.
Yeah, I thought he was a social worker too, but he's checking in on Norman a lot, and he probably checks in on other people. He's probably not his only patient.
Yeah, well, I don't know. He just felt like he was just like after Norman got out, he's like, I'm just gonna come like hang out in the town, like make sure everything goes all right.
Yeah, I'm sure he's got other cases and stuff, but yeah, it's kind of like, all right, Norman, well, you're free now. We can walk this way, and then all right, here's your old house where you killed a bunch of people. See ya.
Right. I mean, yeah, like we got you a job, you're making minimum wage, cleaning dishes, but whatever. But it's a really interesting idea because in like 1983, we've got Friday the 13th has 3 movies out already at this point, and then you've got like all these many slasher films. Halloween's got a few sequels out at this point too. But this is the first one where we're like, hey, you know what? We're gonna kind of like make you like the bad guy from the first one, and you're gonna want to see him succeed, and other people are gonna kind of be the villains that make him into the villain again. Like Michael Myers. Imagine he got out of jail, and you're like, well, you know what? He's kind of a good guy. So that's kind of what this movie is. It makes you like the serial killer. He doesn't wear a mask. He doesn't have any one-liners. So he's a really like believable, sympathetic character, which I can't think of another horror film we've really seen that in. But then Anthony Hopkins is out of jail. He meets this girl at the diner, Mary, who's played by Meg Tilly, who her sister, right?
Yeah, from Chucky, Jennifer Tilly. That's all. Like, what else is she in, Jennifer Tilly?
Dude, she's in Liar Liar, remember?
Right.
Yeah, and she's also Joe's wife in Family Guy.
Huh.
She's Bonnie in Family Guy. Joe, the guy in the wheelchair, in the neighbor.
Would have never guessed that. That's kind of cool.
Well, she's got that voice, dude. So like,
yeah, the classic voice.
But yeah, I didn't know her sister was an actress too. So I was kind of looking at her. I was like, she kind of looks familiar. But then I was like, there's no way it's Jennifer Tilly. And then I looked her up. I was like, oh, she's got a sister. Okay.
What else has Meg Tilly done?
I don't know, dude. I did not look up like anything about this movie, so I don't know.
Yeah. What's funny, that character she plays is like the Janet Leigh character from the first one. I'm like, why didn't they get Jamie Lee Curtis?
Oh.
Because that's Janet Leigh's daughter. And I'm like, that would have been a no-brainer. I don't know what happened. Maybe Jamie Lee Curtis turned it down. Maybe she's like, I just don't want to be typecasted as horror. Now she's like, I'm a scream queen. It's like, all right, Jamie Lee Curtis, we know. Like,
yeah, the Activia money started drying up.
No, she's fine. She's fine, I'm sure.
Yeah, but for her to, I don't know why they didn't. That would have been a really good choice.
It's a legacy. It's a legacy character too, which would be cool. And Halloween already came out, so she's into horror.
And The Fog and Prom Night had all come out at that point.
Yeah, maybe I want to look up why. I'm curious about that now.
I mean, it's also kind of funny too, just thinking about like Halloween in this movie. The name Loomis, dude, has gone from Psycho in 1960 to Halloween, and then also in Scream, Billy Loomis.
Yeah.
So I know you didn't see the new Scream movie, right?
No.
Okay, I won't say anything then. But Loomis is like, Jesus Christ, this name cannot go away, dude. This name, it's still, even in 2022, it's still like
it's in the new Hotel Transylvania. It's like.
Is it really?
I don't know, imagine. Dude, I wouldn't be surprised. Wasn't it in Firestarter too, the new one? I think there was a Loomis in that or something. Some Stephen King thing we did. There was a Loomis.
Maybe, but yeah, just the fact that it's like that, it's just a name from 1916. People are like, oh, that's a name from Psycho, put it in Halloween. And people are like, oh, that's a name from Halloween, put it in Scream. It's just like, it just keeps going. But yeah, so I mean, obviously this can't compare to the original. I mean, that one has like such a big, it subverts your expectation like so hard by killing off the main character like halfway through.
Yeah.
But were you expecting the twist at all in this movie?
I got confused a little bit. So I'm like, okay, the mother and daughter are messing with Norman to try to get him to snap and go back to the asylum because they don't like him. And even though he is trying and he is kind of cured, it's like that's messed up to do to somebody who's clearly psychotic. And that happens. But then there's the other layer of he was adopted and his real mother that he killed, his mother in the original Psycho that he killed was actually not his real mother. It was his aunt.
Yes.
So, and then the new mother shows up, and the ending's a little crazy, where she shows up at the end, and she's been on the phone with him, and she has been messing with him too. So there's been two people, like two groups of people messing with him. And the new mother, immediately, he's like, "Oh, so you're my mother. Oh, let me see the birth certificate. Okay, cool. I'm going to go over here by the sink," and boom, whacks her in the head with a shovel. I don't know who has a shovel in their kitchen, but that was really handy.
Yeah, no, the ending surprised the hell out of me. I was not expecting that at all. Like, all right, yeah, so basically, like, the twist here is whatever. This movie's been out for like 40 years. Like, sorry, but the whole time, the original woman whose sister got killed, the Janet Leigh's sister, she's still alive, still pissed off, and has a daughter. And she's like, you know what? We got to ruin Norman's life when he gets out. He killed my sister, and we got to ruin his life. So yeah, they're messing with him. But then Mary, the younger girl, actually is like, you know what? Like, he's a good guy. Like, this is messed up. I don't want to do this anymore. But you're right. The whole time that they're messing with her, actually there's some random other lady that's been Norman's mom the whole time. That was where I was kind of like, all right, we're jumping the shark a little bit.
That was the layer we probably could have done without.
Yeah.
And I mean, I would rather there only be one party messing with him, and then like he kills Meg Tilly and makes her his new like mother.
They could have just done that.
That probably would have been better than adding this whole like, actually that first movie that everyone loves, we're completely ruining it. And that wasn't your mother.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't like ruin it. I mean, it doesn't matter. He's just crazy, and he needs a maternal figure. You know, it doesn't really matter who it is. I guess I don't think that ruins it, but I will say I was a little bit confused too. Towards the end, I was kind of like, "Yo, who is the killer?" Like, I really didn't know because I was like, "Oh, I don't think it's Norman. Like, he's a good guy now."
It's been his actual mother that's been killing people, but
no, it was Norman, dude.
What?
Okay,
F this movie, man.
Okay, wait, so I think, because, I mean, listen, we just saw this. It's not like we're experts on this movie, but I'm pretty sure what's happening was it was Norman snapped towards the end, and he started killing people. I don't think that old lady killed anybody.
Yeah, maybe you're right, but I was under the impression that it was the real mother who killed, like, the like, scumbag, like, manager and everyone else. I thought that was the real mother, and Norman's like, I have no idea what's going on. Like,
no, I could be wrong too. I need to watch it again, dude.
And I think Norman's first kill was when he killed his mother, and then he's back at it.
No, I think he killed the lady in the basement, dude. Who killed her? That was the old lady?
The mother.
But she didn't admit that at all.
I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. I could be totally wrong. I don't know.
I mean, I don't know really either, but it was just kind of confusing. I don't know, honestly.
Yeah, did I black out watching this? Like, what? What did I miss? Like, I don't know.
Oh, wait, Emma reveals that she was the real murderer, having killed anybody who tried to harm her son. In response, Norman kills her and carries... Okay, shit.
Thank you for confusing me. I was like, wait, like...
I don't really know what happened either. It was confusing.
You confused me. You hurt my head. You hurt my brain.
Oh my god. I didn't really know what was going on either. And when that old lady came in, I was kind of like, wait, who the hell is this lady now? And she's like, you don't know the last name Spool?
Well, we saw her. She works at the diner.
No, I know. I don't know. I guess I had a disconnect. I also was confused. But yeah, it was a little bit confusing, especially towards the end. Like, I don't know. I didn't even remember that lady working at the diner. So I was like, wait, who the fuck is this lady? And then when he took the shovel, I was like, whoa, what?
Yeah, no, that was so wild. It's like just clonks her on the head.
I really was not expecting that.
I was like, all right. And I also paused it to go to the bathroom like 5 minutes before that. I was like, how much more is this movie? And it was like, God, this movie is so dragging right now.
It's a little bit long, and I don't know, maybe just like my brain is programmed to expect a big, like,
Norman
the
was
mom.
always the killer. But no, it was the new mom, who's his actual mom, was killing people. And then Norman's first kill was the mother. And he's probably like, jackpot, now I get to do my like thing that I used to do again.
Well, yeah, I think that's the way the movie ends. You know, it's kind of like, I love that, like, the Bates Motel with vacancy, like, blinking now, and you're like, oh, they're open for business again. Like, he's got his dead mom again, sitting in the window. Like, I actually thought the ending was awesome, that last final shot.
Yeah.
But the way we get there is a little bit crazy. Like, so the ending then, when the old lady's in the basement going through to get her mask and wig and all that shit on and the outfit, then the other old lady comes out of the basement and kills her right then and there and puts her in the coal right there.
Yeah,
that's crazy. That's crazy.
It's psychotic. It's psycho. Yeah.
No, but like, there's no way an old lady